Yo, what is up guys, and welcome. It's InfernoKun here with a Batman the Telltale series video. Once again, it's still not out, 4 more days to go until the release of episode 1. But until then, Telltale released their Batman talk show, which is hosted by Greg Miller of Kinda Funny, which they actually showed some scenes from the game, like very short clips, and talked about the premise of Batman the Telltale series and what it's going to be about, and basically the choices and stuff that could possibly affect various events in the game. But of course, they showed a couple of new-ish clips that kind of like go from like 3 to 5 seconds, so they aren't very long, but kind of give you a little idea of, what's going on and basically what they are doing. So mostly they show was basically talking about Batman and how he actually, will take things, whether he wants to be a brutal Batman, just interrogating criminals, like beating them and stuff like that.
I'll talk Batman first. So Batman, how you act as Batman, if you're really brutal, the city kind of turns against you.
Basically telling the effect of that. So this is one scene where basically Batman's hitting this dude across the head with a metal pipe, and of course this police officer walks in. So it's kind of seeming like, okay, Batman can be brutal, kind of, interrogate, very violently. But of course, Batman still is, new to being Batman, probably like a year or 2 or 3 into the game. And basically, the cops, they are kind of warming up to Batman. So they probably see him being violent. They probably won't basically, trust him as much. They probably be scared of him and retaliate against him. So it kind of seems like that's where they're going with this. Basically choosing to be, this violent bat, or basically using other means to get information from the criminals that you actually catch. So that's where they're going with that. Another one that I found interesting was back over to Bruce Wayne was whenever he was about to shake Falcone's hand. And, of course, Falcone, crime boss, Batman, the Batman side of Bruce Wayne doesn't really like him. But, of course, Bruce Wayne is a different side to him. Whether you want to be nice to Falcone to basically kind of, get closer to him as Bruce Wayne, that could be up to you. That sounds pretty cool, just go ahead and shake his hand, and he kind of, trusts Bruce Wayne a lot more, but you don't, and he'll kind of treat you differently, and that's pretty cool because, you hate him as Batman because you want to take him down, but you're Bruce Wayne, so you're in a public place, you're around people who are watching you. Do you shake his hand or do you not? It's a very cool concept that I'm looking forward to actually exploring with various choices when interacting with Falcone. That will be pretty cool as well. Now, there was another one. It talked about basically how you can interact with Harvey in one way that might not seem so good when coming to Vicky Vale.
So you may choose to do something that keeps Harvey, kind of leans into the good side of Harvey, but at the expense of your relationship with Vicky and things like that.
Because Vicky Vale, obviously, she is a reporter, so she might have different views than what you are doing. If you're working with crime bosses like Falcone, that could be very bad whenever confronting Vicky Vale. And that's what, I'm liking right now. All these various choices that you make can actually affect different people. You go ahead and shake Falcone's hand and Vicky Vale sees, she probably won't be too happy about that. And they mentioned this in one scene where they actually talk about basically leaning into the good side of Harvey Dent, but you might have that in the expense of Vicky Vale's relationship with you. So very cool to have these, branching choices that affect different people you actually interact with. Looking forward to seeing most of that. But other than that, we had a couple of clips to go by, at least. We have one where he's actually scanning the ground, doing some kind of forensic search, and that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to. I love the detective aspect of Batman because he is the world's greatest detective, so we'd love to see some very elaborate detective scenes with Batman. That would be pretty cool to, go by as well. But there was this one question that a audience member asked, was basically about, will Batman actually work with anyone? Because, obviously Robin, there hasn't been a Robin yet at this point, but various people that are, here at this point can actually come to help. And the executive producer actually answered with yes.
Yes, you may, Batman will absolutely work with some different characters, and they may be unexpected, which is cool. And you may get to choose some of that too, of how much you want to work with different people.
They said Batman will actually work with people, and depending on what you choose could influence who actually works with Batman. That sounds pretty cool because we all love the the Bat family, but they probably aren't really here yet. Robin's not really here yet, and of course Batgirl, all that kind of stuff aren't really here yet. But we can look to different people to help out with various things. It'd be cool to have some allies to come up and help Batman. No idea who as of right now, because basically they said that they want it to be a surprise, so it would be pretty awesome as well. But yeah, a question was asked about basically our choices actually affecting the outcome of Harvey Dent, whether he actually becomes Two-Face or not, which sounds very, intriguing because it hasn't been done yet, obviously.
Based on Batman's decisions and Bruce's decisions, is it possible that maybe somebody we think would become a villain this way won't become a villain at all? Is that too leading of a question?
Yeah, I think there's definitely space where who the villains are in our series emerges from gameplay.
Having Harvey Dent actually come out as Two-Face be optional would be pretty huge in terms of the story aspect, because having this big dude turn out to be Two-Face in the end, or at least, in the very early stages, would be, pretty awesome, because that could be a consequence of your choices. Basically, you made Harvey Dent into Two-Face, and that could be, an extra thing that you made. That'd be pretty cool as well, because come on, Harvey Dent looks like he's built, all that muscle and stuff, so yeah, that would be very hard to deal with. They explained that he has this look because basically, they want him to be a force to be reckoned with if he actually becomes Two-Face. So that would be pretty cool to see whether or not, Harvey Dent can actually become Two-Face based on your choices. That would be pretty awesome. But as of right now, there were a couple clips of Batman and Selina, some more Selina ones, Catwoman, and that's pretty cool as well. They talked about a bunch of things that were pretty interesting, showing out the relationship between Batman and Falcone, or at least Bruce Wayne and Falcone, and basically what they're going to be doing with that, looking through them right now. There isn't really any more to talk about as of right now, but there were some pretty cool clips you guys can go ahead and see on screen at the moment. It was a pretty good Batman Unmasked. There will be another one after the episode comes out, so looking forward to that. Greg Miller has gotten better in terms of his hosting skills, because he tries to be funny a lot, but this time he has calmed down a little bit and actually made an interesting little talk show about Batman. So looking forward to the Batman episode coming out in a couple days. Hopefully this is the last of the information as of right now, because I just want to play the game, and with all this stuff coming out, it's just too much for me. So yeah, looking forward to Batman Episode 1, Realm of Shadows, coming out August 2nd. If you guys did enjoy the video, go ahead and leave me a thumbs up and subscribe for more Batman greatness. This has been InfernoKun, and I'll catch you guys next time.